Ladies and gentlemen, Cole is back. Yesterday I reacted to that, what is it called? Disc 2 Part 2. You know what I mean? He's in his bag. He rapping. It's Cole. You got to expect that. We knew that was going to happen every time. Huh? By the way, if y'all haven't been paying attention, this ain't got nothing to really do with this, but I just have to say this out as a graphic designer. Have y'all been peeping my new thumbnails? Y'all seen the one with Fantano with the keg? And that's all me, by the way. So, I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, J. Cole just announced when the Fall Off album is dropping. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to it. Let's hear when we can get ready for the Fall Off. Let's go.
Everything is supposed to go away eventually. You see this especially in like show business with famous actors or like musicians.
Okay, so already, talking about everything basically must die. Everything must end at some point to whatever bring new life. The reason I didn't even pause it because of that, right? Like obviously we could talk about the fact he's at a car wash. J. Cole's whole aesthetic is man of the people. Hanging out where anybody can just come see me. You don't see a bunch of security. I'm just out here. Good, you know what I mean? I'm a man of the people. I'm out here. I gotta point this out because this is not being talked about the way. A few years ago, right when J. Cole was announcing the Fall Off and did the whole rollout for the Fall Off, before Mike Delete Later, Cole, you said you was dropping shoes. Don't think I forgot. Am I the only person that remembered J. Cole said he was going to drop shoes? Now that I see his feet, I go, whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to them shoes? I know with the whole battle that happened, derailed a lot of plans, clearly, because if you go back and see, J. Cole literally wrote out It's a Boy, his whole plan. He had like a web. It was like when Kevin Feige showed the Marvel cinematic what was coming up, and then it was just like, man, forget that. We're not even doing it. That's what it was with him. So I just had to point that out. Like, where were the shoes? But back to the novels. Go ahead.
Famous actors or like musicians. And it's like, oh, this guy used to be famous and then he fell off. What happened? And they want to point to, they did this and they made some sort of mistake. Instead of thinking that, look, it's kind of crazy they got famous in the first place.
Okay, so this is clearly talking about the concept of falling off. J. Cole's album is called The Fall Off. I also know, is that Fela Kuti? Is that a picture of Fela Kuti up there? What's goody? It's your boy Screw. I'm always trying to find ways to make a little money on the side. And one thing I really rock with are those programs that allow you to get paid for playing games. And the one I'm using right now, I'm rocking with, is called Tester Up.
Wow, that is very interesting. Please tell me more.
It's an app that makes everything way easier. You download it, pick a game, and it tracks your progress for you so you don't have to guess or wait for the payout. This finna be a breeze. Out of everything I've tried, they've had the best payouts, and that's why I'm really rocking with them currently. So here's how it works. Now, obviously, mobile games need people to play their games. Instead of just running ads, they pay Tester Up to find people who will actually play.
Oh, say less.
Tester Up connects you to those games so you actually get paid for the time that you put in. When you sign up, there's usually a bonus offer that pops up. Start with that one. It's the easiest way to rack up your first bit of money. If you want to try it, download through my link or scan my QR code so you're using the same system that I am. There's a lot of random programs out there, but this is the one that's paying out the best.
There can be only one.
So give it a shot and let your boy know what you think. I look like Fela Kuti. Anyway, but so talking about the concept of falling off is saying, I think he's trying to preempt some of the things that people are going to be saying. I don't think that mistake thing was thrown in there mistakenly. I think he threw that in there too to just be like, because we know. So the whole point is, which is true, people talk about, oh, he fall off, but isn't it crazy that you got this big to begin with? Isn't it crazy that you achieved this much of your goals and your dreams to begin with? Isn't it crazy that you even got to this point from where you were at? And as somebody who done seen it all, brother, huh? I done seen the Kearney, Nebraskas of the world. I done seen the villages in Nigeria of the world. I done seen, that's a fact. To think of where you were to where you came Sometimes, and even you who's watching this, think of where you were to where you came. That shit is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy to even think that you even got this opportunity to have people's attention for this long.
Kind of crazy they got famous in the first place. So few people reach that level
Facts.
that, yes, of course, it's not going to last forever because somebody else has to take that spot. And that's how show business has been since forever.
It's a dog eat dog world, is what they're saying. I'm breaking down line for line. Announcer kind of rapping. The person talking kind of rapping. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know, like it's the whole like a forest burns down to regrow. You know what I mean? Itself from what it used to be. I also equate a lot of this to the whole guard shifting of hip hop, shifting of culture, where I said this too, where I went, clearly there is a great change happening, right? And the whole, even if you look at the big three, the way that they're looked at is so different now, right? I don't think Drake will ever be looked at the way he was at his peak, right? Not saying he won't be successful again. That's probably gonna happen, but I don't think he'll ever be looked at in like a respectable, like he's forever staying. I think Cole feels that too, but I think the way they're handling it is different. With him, I was looking like he canceled It's a Boy and all them other things. It's looking like he's like preparing, like, oh, I was excited to keep going, but this shows me this is where I gotta stop. That's what I feel, and I feel like he's handling that. Where Drake is doing the opposite, like keep looking at me, keep looking. He's gonna keep trying to swing until he hits. J. Cole, I think, is gracefully going, hey, all right, that might have been my last. Here go my last home run, and I think he wants to leave on his own sword.
Ever. But no, they always want to say, oh, that guy fell off. They want to look down on him for just going through the natural cycle of rising and falling.
Now, all of that, like I said, is very true. What he said so far. Before we get to the date, that is very true. And I also think all of these visuals is isolation. Is J. Cole in isolation? Because even if he's like right here, he's by himself completely. The way it's shot looks like from the downward up makes him look big, like, or like it looked like he's the last man on earth with this shot. And then in this one, though he's in a room with people in it, he's still sitting on this table by himself eating. And then with this one, he the only person in this car wash. Don't even look. There's somebody else in the other stall, but they frame it so you don't see any other people. So all of this is like isolation is what it's feeling like. So what's the date, man? All right, this is a sample too. Is it me or does the fall off kind of have the same art, or like it look like kind of it might delete later? This text, the color of it and the way that it's moving reminds me of Might Delete Later, which also lets me know, I don't know. I genuinely feel like J. Cole was going to keep dropping music. Like, when he announced the fall off, I feel like he was going to do a Jay do. Like, where he retire, but not really, because he basically said he had like 3 more projects, then he was going to retire, which isn't really retired. But now with everything that's happened, I think he's legit. I think we're going to see him retired. Doesn't mean he's never going to rap again, but I don't think. 262, February 6th. Okay.
Puss playing war games, he wanted love, but he only made more pain. Poor thing. Young Puss playing war games, he wanted love, but he only made more pain. Picture my soul climbing out an infinite hole when niggas die over pride and live for the.
Something tells me the fall off is gonna be. I mean, it's J. Cole. It's gonna be introspective, but I think he's gonna be. I'm waiting to see how he addresses the last 2 years. So I'm here for it. Let's get it. And I'm still waiting on them shoes. Oh, don't think like we forgot. I want to see what them look like, brother.